Hi, it's Carla, sharing ideas for living with essential oils. Well, yay, it's fall. The leaves are falling. It's a beautiful, crisp, sunny, breezy day, and change is happening. I love fall. I love the colors and the smell of the air, and it reminds me of the coziness and all the wonderful delights that are headed our direction in these coming months. Well, something I've noticed about myself, and I'm wondering if maybe you have experienced this as well. As we get fewer and fewer and fewer rays of sun in the northern hemisphere, it does have a tendency to zap my energy, and I begin to feel really down. And this has been happening for many years for me. So I learned some things that will really help you, I think, too. Many years ago, I was at a Young Living convention, and my sister and I were talking with a group of nurses who shared this technique with us. And then later, we heard Gary Young talking about it. But I've used it ever since. And when October comes, that's my signal, because I know as the days begin to shorten, my vitamin D levels are adjusting and so on, and this affects me more than I know. It may affect some other people, but it's something I have to be aware of and help myself. So I could just go to the tropics, but I kind of like it here at home. So I do something else. I use this great set of oils that these lovely nurses shared with me so many years ago. I want to share them with you. Here we have it. So the oils are Valor, Harmony, Joy, and White Angelica. Now here's what I do. This is what I was taught. And boy, I follow it. I start with Valor. Now, you notice the names of these essential oils, they have a certain, when you hear them, you think of certain things. And so for me, they have a vibrational energy just to say the names of the oils. But of course, we know that the oils that are in these blends also have a certain frequency, which is what creates this sense of uplifting for me. So when I apply each oil, I I say the name either out loud or in my head, and I accompany that with some kind of tangible thing that I'm experiencing in my life. Like maybe I'm working on a project and it's been challenging for me because I just don't seem to have the cognitive or emotional or spiritual strength or kind of courage to keep going on it. And Valor helps with that. Now, I personally believe we need Valor every day. It's also known as a chiropractor in a bottle. So this is applied on the bottoms of my feet. I just put a drop in my palm and I swirl it around and apply that on the bottoms of both of my feet. And as I'm doing that, I'm thinking of my affirmation of how Valor is helping me, or how I have Valor in my life. Because I wouldn't be here if I didn't, nor would you. And then I use Harmony, and I put that on the area above my navel called the solar plexus. And because I tend to have an intuitive, kind of empathetic nature, I tune into other people's problems or stories I hear on the news or that I read about, and I can tend to feel really sad or bad about those things. But I know a deep part of me is a compassionate one. And so when I apply Harmony, I tell myself I am in harmony with all that is. I can be compassionate for those who are in those experiences that are sad or traumatic, and I can have compassion for myself as well. I don't have to take it on. And then joy is applied over my heart chakra, or you can apply it right over your heart, and also in the palms of your hands, which is a subchakra of the heart. And this joy, dynamite. Some people use this as a perfume. It has a real light floral aroma, and it is what it says. It's joy. It's really a sweet, happy kind of oil. And when I apply this, I feel joy. And just imagine all the things we do have joy about in our lives. I mean, think about today, for example, how beautiful these leaves are as they change into fall and into the winter. And then white angelica. White angelica is one for me that I really savor, and it is the final one of these 4 that I apply. As with the others, I put a drop in my palm and I swirl it around and I put it on the crown of my head, my crown chakra, where I then feel like I can tune into divine or spirit and receive that communication and comfort and connection and with divine. And I put it on my shoulders and my forearms to help protect me from negativity. So again, like I was saying with harmony, because I tend to listen at a deep level with some situations, I can take on negativity. That's something that I'm aware of, that I have to be careful not to do that. And with the fluctuation or the dip in the vitamin D levels in my body, with the fewer sunny days or days of light, I have to work on that a little bit more. But white angelica helps me with that. So these are the 4 oils I use, and I suggest you try it if you have any of these same kinds of concerns. Now you could try one or all of them and see what happens for you. But the one thing I would suggest is that you use it every single day. Just get into a habit of using it every single day. And I will guess that you will see a difference. Now, you may notice a difference right away and feel, I feel better. Well, don't stop. If this dip that I'm talking about that I experience with sunny days or lack of sunny days happens to you, then you need to keep on this. And I'm not saying don't go to your doctor, don't take your vitamin D or whatever. No, if you are experiencing this kind of emotional dip or energy dip or whatever it is, then get all the help you need. This is one area that I think can help you. Now, if you're in a big rush and you don't have time to do all of these 4 oils, which I do them often at night, but I have a little more freedom, so sometimes I do them in the morning when I get up. You can try these things. You can put each oil in one of these little tiny bottles, and then you can take it with you. So if you're traveling or if you're going to work, you can just put these little bottles in a little sachet or something and take it to work with you and do it when you have a chance. It's great. You can also put it in a spritzer bottle. Now, I have this big one. I put joy in a big one like this, and I spritz myself at night along my shoulders and head and on my pillow. It's just something I love. I like to go to bed happy. And but, this little bottle is one of these. I never throw away these bottles when they're empty. I use them for different kinds of projects. And this is one thing I do. This is a little spritzer top, a cap that you can just buy separately and put on here. So you can put your distilled water and your drops of essential oils in here and spritz it on in the morning or before you go to bed. Super fast. So I just want you, oh, another thing you could do is use a roller ball. Now we all know roller balls are super fast. Rub it on, you're done. It's really fun and easy to do. No reason not to. Now, if you look online and you see how much this costs, and this, and this, and this, wow, it's going to be a big investment. So I suggest you start with one. If that's all you can do now, just start with the first one and then move on and keep going. Or pick one that just sounds yummy to you. I think you're going to like it. Now, the reason this is coming up for me to share with you is because recently on Facebook, in a particular group I'm in, I noticed someone really asking for help with this. And I just thought more people need to know about this, and I want you to have this information. So please share this if you want to. And I wish you a delightful, lovely fall. And I love you. Hugs.